welcome back to Pistons Worldwide.
What up,
It's my guy Tom Her, aka Korean Pistons fan. Tom, what's going on, brother?
Doing absolutely well, brother. And can you hear me? Because I can't hear myself. Anyways, yeah. I'm so glad we won. That game was crazy. Like, it stressed me out so much. I saw that you posted that it almost cost you a heart attack, and same here in Korea. Jesus.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about that game in just a moment. But for everyone, first of all, thank you so much. If any of you are on the East Coast, I know it's just after 1 a.m. Even if you're on the West Coast, it's, I think, nearly 10:30. So appreciate everyone joining us. But if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Just helps us grow the show, the channel. Go support Tom over on his YouTube channel and socials at Korean Pistons Fan. But Tom, we're going to get straight into this game because there's a fair bit to talk about. What's your initial reaction to the Pistons' 6-point win over the Golden State Warriors?
Well, thank God we won. Because if we lost that, brother, I think I told you a few times before, like more than 50% of Korean NBA fans are Golden State Warriors fans because of during their dynasty, whatever. So like if we lost that, I wouldn't be able to like take the trash that I would have received from all the Koreans. So as soon as the game was over, I called a few of my friends. I was like, I was like,
that's so
yeah,
good.
but thank God we won, brother. We should have won by more than 20, hopefully, but yeah, win's a win.
That was the thing. Like I was having like in terms of like scoring highlight plays and everything, like I was having so much fun with this game. Like, it's always fun to watch Steph as well, just as like someone who likes basketball, but even watching Asar guard him, but then Steph still making some shots. It was just like a really fun game, and the Pistons kind of controlled it for most of the time. But that last, I'm going to say 6 minutes, I was like, man, I really don't want to come on this show, especially after a loss, because that would have been a really bad loss. The Pistons played pretty well for most of the night. So happy to see them get the win. Happy you've got bragging rights over all your Warriors friends. I've actually got an interesting story. One of my friends, he's a big Warriors fan, and he just happens to, he works for like a sports radio station here in Australia, and they've flown over for the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl is in San Fran. So he was at the game tonight. So we were texting back and forth. Shout out to Ben if he's watching. He's probably not now, but
poor Ben, man. He went to San Francisco to watch Steph Curry and the Warriors, but Steph got injured, so he didn't watch most of the game, and they lost. So it's a bad day for your friend. Sorry, Ben.
But look, he's over there on a work trip, so I'm sure he's okay. I think everything's been paid for, so he got to go to Warriors game, then Super Bowl. But we both had friends that we got bragging rights over now.
Yeah, I had to call my friends immediately after the game. Anyways, like, what up, everyone? 1 a.m. gang. What's up? What up, no Maddie? Yeah,
appreciate you all in the chat. 1:12 a.m. That's crazy,
bro. Like, what time is it there right now? It's 4. Wait.
For me, it's 5:15 p.m.
5:15. Yeah, it's 3:15 p.m. here. So it's kind of crazy. Like, I think this is the latest post-game show we ever did. Like, after Pistons, right? So I was like, so yesterday when you messaged me, are we doing a pre-game show or a post-game show? Because, bro,
you said that, and then I said, "Let's go." You're like, "What?"
What?
But no, man, I'm happy they got this win. Especially, I didn't even realize this game was on ESPN. But until it was
actually nice.
I just completely missed that. But nationally televised game on ESPN. Cade and Jalen, I thought, were awesome for most of the game.
We'll talk about crazy, man.
I think we've got to start with Cade because I thought he was super efficient. He may have had a turnover in the end, but at one point he had like 10 assists to 0 turnovers. Just thoughts on his game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you just depend on him to do everything for you. Like, he had a very quiet 29-point game, double-double. Like, how he cooks the defenders, it's just beauty to watch. He was like dicing. He was giving assists here and there, especially the first half. And Special K really mentioned it like perfectly. Like how he's passing the ball is kind of getting it's getting, how do you say that? Like it
Like,
spreads around the team, like the vibes. Like it goes with turnovers too. But when you're passing like that, like the whole team catches on, and the passing was very crisp. It was awesome to watch in the first half. And second half, we did have some miscues, but overall, Cade's just Cade. He's the best guard in the league.
yeah, no, I thought he was awesome. Like shot making, hit a pull up three. Probably unlucky not to get to the line a couple more times, I thought. But like you said, 29 points, 11 assists. Um, that's just like a pretty casual game for him now. But he
Right.
wasn't perfect in the last 5, 6 minutes. I honestly don't really think anyone was, apart from Daniss, who made a couple of plays. Um, so, I thought he was, good to see him come out on a big stage like that. I know the Warriors aren't that good anymore and they're missing Jimmy, but I still think it's tough to win on the road on a
Right.
back-to-back, which is
Right.
why I'm going to sit here and criticize the team too much, because I thought they were spectacular for most of the night. Jalen Duren, 21 points, 13 boards. We find out, I think, tomorrow or the day after, All-Star reserves. But, I mean, I feel like he was
Duran
already going to be
has to
one of
be
that.
on there. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to be on there. Is the voting over? Because if it's not, like the past two games, Jalen Duran has been a beast. Like it's gotta sway some voters his way.
I would say they've been probably selected by now with the coaches and whoever else, media, whoever else selects. Or I think it's just coaches that selects reserves. Is that right?
Yeah,
Someone
I
in the
think
chat
so.
might know.
Yeah, I think it's the coaches,
Um,
and they better not give you or me like voting, because we're probably gonna vote like we're gonna have Daniss Jenkins in the All Star game. Like, anyways,
oh
yeah.
man. Well,
Beating the Warriors, like they're the. I think if I had to choose the favorite team to beat during the regular season, it's obviously the Knicks. And second, it's the
yeah.
Warriors for me. So this W just felt so special. And yeah, you did mention it. It's a second end of a back-to-back. I think the Pistons in the league. I'm not sure about this, but I think the Pistons are the best team in the league in the second leg of back-to-backs. Like,
You're
I
right.
don't
They
recall the
said so.
last time we lost in the second leg of a back-to-back, bro.
So I think Doris Burke might have said it in the first half that the Pistons were 6-1 this season on back-to-backs.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, exactly. That's Pistons are crazy good in this. I think it's the young legs that helps. If you
And
were
like
like the
I think
Warriors or the Lakers, man, second leg of back-to-back is gonna be. Yeah.
I think we were all disappointed with their game yesterday, which we'll talk about probably briefly after this game. But there is like part of me that, yeah, that game sucked. And there's been games this season where they have a disappointing loss or just get beaten. And anytime they lose now, it's like it hits really hard because it's almost like we're not used to it. But you always know they're going to bounce back. I think they've lost back-to-back games twice this
Bounce
year.
back. You know that
So
thing they do, right? Post
Big
game in the
Sean,
locker room.
yeah,
Bounce back.
yeah. So they're going to come out, and I think a player that really set the tone early, which gave me a lot of confidence about this game, was Duncan Robinson hitting 4 threes in the first
Right.
quarter, because he had struggled majorly for 3 games before tonight after being on like a heater for like nearly 3 weeks. He'd struggled, and then as soon as I saw him make a couple of threes in the first quarter, I'm like, all right, this is a good sign. I thought
Right.
him knocking down those 4 threes in the first quarter was huge to get them started and rolling after a tough offensive game the night before. Only finishes with 5 threes overall, but I just thought it was awesome to see him start the game like that.
Yeah. First, like shout out to our Caps. Like,
Yeah.
I saw Jack wearing a Detroit Tigers hat. I was like, all right, I gotta match it vibe. Anyways, yeah, it's very telling. If Duncan Robinson is the best shooter on the court when you're sharing the floor with Steph Curry and Buddy Hield, so that was really good. Like watching him show Steph how shooting is done. That was really good. Um, yeah, Duncan
Well,
was like 1 of 18 for the past 4 or 5 games or something for three. And
yeah,
watching
he
him
was
knock down
crazy.
those 4 threes, they did make a good adjustment on Duncan after that first quarter, so he didn't make much threes after that. But still, it was really refreshing and yeah, really good to see.
Yeah, and look, like user says here, Duncan had basically
Hmm.
nothing with 0 shot attempts in 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. He started off okay fire and became a liability. So I think the reason, look, you want Duncan to get a shot or two up, but you need his spacing out there. Like
Right.
that's like you cannot, that offense, him hitting 4 threes tonight or 5 by the time of the fourth quarter, I think. the Warriors were not going to leave him on offense. Like you need him out there, or the offense will just. You can't go massive stretch without
Exactly.
him. I understand defensively, it can be a tough watch sometimes, but that's why he's out there, because he opens up the floor for Cade and honestly the rest of the team. Like Cade's the most
Yeah.
important guy, but Jalen, everyone. So look, I understand the frustration with him sometimes, but like I don't know, Tom. Like I think overall Duncan's been exceptional this year, and like
You're right.
yeah,
You're right. The white guy next door like summed it up like perfectly. Like Duncan really hitting those threes early. Like it opens up the spacings for Cade to operate, for Daniss Jenkins to operate, for Jalen Duran to have a mismatch in the post. Like it all starts with spacing in today's modern NBA. So having a shooter like Duncan, and hopefully we get one or two more shooters by the deadline. That really helps. In today's NBA, you cannot score without shooters on the floor. It's just essential. So shout
I mean,
out
and that's
Trajan for signing. Yeah. Anyways,
well, Troy Weaver got a shout out tonight as well, but
I saw your tweet.
that's, I didn't want to like throw Doris under the bus or say any names. So I just said ESPN, but I was like, that was a rough listen for a second there.
You actually watched through ESPN. I didn't know. I didn't. I usually just it defaults to Pistons, but usually if it's on national TV, I try to listen to them. But I had no idea tonight.
So I normally no, I just anytime that, because I'm like you're like me, all Pistons fans, like for much of their fandom the past 15 years or whatever, 12, 13, like we haven't gotten to watch the Pistons on national TV. So like to me it's still it's
Yes.
very special in a way, especially like ESPN and obviously when they had TNT. I just like really enjoy hearing what the other commentators have to say, even if you can tell they haven't watched much of the Pistons. It's just I like the broadcast experience. But
Completely agree.
yeah, I
Like
did watch it on ESPN.
it's refreshing to listen to like national broadcaster praise the Pistons. Like
Yeah,
they praise how the Pistons play defense, how like they praise the Cade as a top 5 player or whatever. It just feels so good, man. Like just feel like you're being, you get that stamp of approval from the national media.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
and it's
so good
just
to
not.
have, yeah.
Well, that's what
Well,
I was feeling in this game, like getting to watch the Pistons kind of be up by double digits for most of the game, like the Jack from 10 years ago that used to watch Andre Drummond and that team, who would just, I was just praying for like a moment where we could have a good team that would beat the Warriors, like on national TV. I was like, yeah, I've been waiting a long time for this, like you have, Tom. And then obviously it got close by the end, but yeah, I always try and watch on national TV if it's the options there.
same. If I knew, I would have, but no complaints. I loved listening to Johnny and Special K and you know everyone. So
Shout out.
it was yeah. If I knew though, I would have listened to ESPN, like for a change.
No, they had Ryan Rucco and Doris Burke. I actually like their commentary. But yeah, Duncan's a pretty divisive player, I must admit. Even some people in the chat here aren't happy with him, but I just think like his spacing's so incredible.
Do you know
White
this?
guy next door.
Do you know what this is?
No.
It's called a Korean heart. Like
Oh,
that's the shape
really?
of a heart, right? Yeah, it's called a
Oh, that
Korean
is
heart. Yeah.
Let's
Anyways,
go.
yeah. White guy next door.
Shout out white guy next door. But look, I thought Duncan started the game well, and yeah, maybe you would have liked to see him hit a couple more shots. But I thought he played his role. Our next player, Tom, I want to talk about is like Asar Thompson.
Oh,
Like he had moments of crazy defense in the past couple of games, but watching him defend Steph Curry was just so much fun in that first
yeah.
half, especially.
Jeez, like, he was just everywhere. Like, I have him in fantasy, and I was down in steals, and he just carried my team tonight. Like, he had 6 steals, I believe, 6. Like,
Yes.
Jesus, like, just watching him it's just like, I love watching defensive plays. That's why I love Asar. That's why I love Stu and this whole Pistons team in general. But Asar was especially crazy tonight. Like just how he was guarding, like you mentioned, Steph, and he was like, I was listening to LeBron's podcast, and they have a term for that most important help guy on the defense. Like he plays that role to a perfection. Like when Asar's out there, any pass is not safe. Like it's just, I
No.
just love him.
There was that one where, like, I think it was Melton or Buddy Hield dribbling it up, and Asar kind of died, fell on the floor. and then he
Ah, I saw that.
recovered and
Got
stole
the
it.
steal.
I was
That
like,
was
you and I watch like I watched pretty much every Pistons game, most of
yeah.
us ours, and I'm like, even I wasn't expecting him to get that one, and I was like, what? Just like defensively insane. Like Steph looked like exhausted, and I know he's older and was clearly dealing with a bit of an injury, but like in that first quarter, like Steph just looked tired after like 7 minutes of Asar picking him up basically full court. I was
Yeah, it
just
kind of
like,
looked like that. It kind of looked like they were on the second leg of a back-to-back. Were they? They weren't, right? So like,
I
yeah,
don't think so.
it was fun to just watch Asar just give him the hells and Ron come in and replicate the same energy and still blocking like Steph's shot. Like, I love this team, man. I just,
Well,
oof.
no, it's such a like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want that last 6 minutes to kind of tarnish this game because it was so fun. Like the bench, I thought after, I reckon last game in Phoenix was probably the worst or least impact our bench has had in the game. They just kind of
Yeah,
struggled,
it's
and then
that and the game against Cleveland. Those two games
yeah,
are the only blowout losses which the Pistons experienced this season. And I watched one of them in person, in courtside,
yes,
which
front
is
row.
bad. But yeah, anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, last night was really bad.
But I just thought the whole bench tonight made plays. Stu, couple of blocks, had 14 points, I think 12 in the first half. Ron made plays, got at least a steal. Jaden Ivey had a little
Let's
stretch
go.
there. Let's go,
That was all.
J.I. Javonte, only played 8 minutes, but did his thing. And then I thought Daniss was like, he was awesome.
Did that guy just
Oh,
call them the olden states?
yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Oh man.
That's pretty funny. I'm gonna use that. I like that. Sorry, can you keep going? I
Yeah, no,
interrupted you.
no, I was just saying, I just thought the bench, like, they made there's so many highlight plays tonight overall. Like, we had Cade
Right.
blocking Steph, but
Mm.
the bench were awesome. None of them, they all were like a +5 or higher. So I just thought they
You know,
came in and, the bench is always going to have a bit of a down game. Like, you can't expect them to be the best bench in the NBA for all 82.
right.
And I thought they were impactful tonight.
Yeah. You know who I low key miss? I miss B-ball Paul on the court, man. Like, it's a good sign that he's not playing. That means our whole squad is healthy. But I kind of miss him playing basketball. Like him making things happen on the floor when he's out there. Those blitzes, those like energy plays. I kind of miss him. But anyways, yeah, the Pistons bench. It has been the best bench in the league for some time now. It's gonna have its downs like last night, but hopefully in the playoffs we just like kill them all with our bench mob.
Well, and yeah, I just with Daniss as well. Like he had that, I think it got within 4 points a couple of times, and then Daniss had like this tough layup, get it back
Right,
to
that should have
6.
been an N1.
Yeah, literally. And then he also made a pair of clutch free throws. So he's having some nice form since kind of coming back into the rotation more regularly, which is good because his ball handling and his just ability to drive into the paint and actually make plays is so like impactful on this team and helps the offense so much.
Yeah, Daniss Jenkins. It's been a great revelation. I believe, if I calculated correctly, I believe we have like 3 more games that Daniss Jenkins can actually play. So Trajan,
Yeah.
what are you waiting for? Wave that guy we got from Sacramento, Isaac Jones, right?
Isaac
Wave him.
Jones.
He's the only player I don't have any like emotional attachment to. So wave him, cut him, trade him, whatever. Make space for Daniss because we gotta get him signed to a standard contract, and hopefully you get him for like 5 years for cheap or something, whatever. We need that guy. Like we need
I
to
know
sign him.
it'll be so interesting. I feel like they probably will try and sign him to like a multi-year deal before he gets to like proper free agency. But be interesting to
Yeah.
see because someone like Daniss, you could see like who's been on a 2-way deal for 2 seasons, undrafted. Like he probably just wants to lock up some money as well for some years. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But obviously, he's like if there's one move that's happening in the next week, it is that he will be on the
Yeah.
full-time roster. So
I I can bet $1,000, and if I win it, I'll probably won't win $1 because it's that like it's so sure that he's gonna get converted. And Daniss Jenkins, quite literally, I think, not being a biased Pistons fan, he's probably the best bench point guard in the league. Like, who's been playing better than Daniss Jenkins as in the backup point guard role? Like Ty Jerome, he's injured. Scottie Pippen Jr. is injured. Lonzo Ball's not been that at
Lonzo
all. Like,
Ball's been horrible,
yeah, it's
unfortunately.
been really bad. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see. But all those like bench point guards in the league, they're not really, Cam Spencer, Memphis maybe, but no, Daniss Jenkins has been much better. So quite literally, I think so. If you look at his production, he's probably deserving of a very good contract. But
Yeah.
as for the Pistons' sake, I wish we lock him up for 5 years, 25 million or something. I don't know. Like, I'm being a selfish Pistons fan. But yeah.
No, I think he's just like such an interesting player because, like you said, there probably is a guy we're not thinking of in the backup point guard position. But like when he's
So,
hitting threes as well, like which he's been a pretty good shooter. I think White Guy Next Door said he's shooting 36%. So thank you for that. But you
wow.
can just play him. I know he's only like 6'2", 6'3", but you can play him in so many lineups alongside Cade, alongside Ivy.
Yeah.
You can play him on the
He's
ball.
he's
He's
not a
such a
defensive
versatile
liability
guy.
either. Yeah.
Yes.
And he's a dog too. He plays really good defense. And like Ayo Dosunmu, he's been playing really well for the Bulls, but he's not really in the same role as Daniss Jenkins. He doesn't really play point guard. He's more like a scoring guard role. Like so, I don't think it's a very good comparison. But yeah, AJ Mitchell, yeah, I guess Anthony Black, but he's been starring a lot. Yeah, maybe Anthony Black.
Yeah.
It's between Dennis and Anthony Black, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ball.
Um,
I don't know how to
yeah.
pronounce your name.
Chat going off. Oh yeah, TJ McConnell. I must admit, I hate TJ McConnell, but that finals playoff run last year, I was like all in on him. He is good. Yeah,
That game 7 when he was going off, like
yeah.
TJ always scores like 80 points on us or something. But TJ hasn't been that good this season. Obviously, the Pacers are really, really bad and riddled with injuries. But TJ just doesn't get over 20 minutes per game this season. Like not regularly. He plays like 18, 17, 16.
Yeah.
For some reason, Rick Carlisle doesn't like playing him a lot. So it's
This season?
he's been a boring pickup in fantasy. So I picked
was
him
gonna
on
ask you
once, dropped him
before.
after a few games.
I
Yeah.
need to see your fantasy team. I know you use your phone to record this, but I
I'll
feel
show you
like
next
I
time.
heard every single Pistons player mentioned in your fantasy team, and I'm horrified to see the structure of it.
So I have 3 teams. One has
Oh,
like
okay.
three. One has 3 Pistons. One has 2. One has 1. So like most teams I'm on, like they know I'm a Pistons fan, right? So they make it a point to draft like and not trade me Pistons players. So that kind of frustrates me, man. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Shout out to Maddie.
Press
Daniss,
conference.
Jenkins had a great press conference after the game. Happy for him to get that contract soon. Yeah, I'm super happy for him. He
I
fit.
missed that conference. Yeah.
We'll have to watch it after, but I'm so happy. Like sometimes I just want to even remind myself, like this guy literally is a two-way player and is
Exactly.
It's kind of insane. It's absolutely insane.
Trajan got him, right? It
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
Troy,
Trajan.
right? Yeah.
No, it wasn't Troy. So Trajan's drafting history or players he's taken is Ron at pick 5, Bobby Clintman pick 37. Then he got Daniss as well, Tolu Smith signed undrafted. And then last year's Chaz Lanier, and I'm probably missing an undrafted guy. But
Yeah.
pretty good
Yeah.
considering the picks.
Very good. Very good. And so disappointed that Ron didn't get into the Rising Stars Challenge. It's
Maybe
crazy, man.
let's quickly talk about the All-Star stuff because I had that on the outline.
Uh-huh.
We might come back to this game in a sec, but I did while you bring that up. So All-Star weekend, obviously we know Cade's going to be there. He's a starter. And then JB's going to coach the team, which we already knew as well.
Hopefully he
Jalen
coaches
Duren's
Cade's team. Yeah. And
yeah, he better. And Jalen Duren's going to be there. Like anyone in the chat, do you think there's any chance Jalen Duren isn't an All-Star? Like when you actually look at the players, like I would be insulted if he's not an All-Star. And like, yeah. And then the final thing.
He has to be.
Ron, I mean, it's just the Rising Stars game, so I don't want to sook it up too much. But like, they had 2 Grizzlies players there, and I looked at Jalen Wells' numbers. He averages a few more points, but I was like, Ron's contributing to winning. His
Number
stats
one
are
team in
up.
the East.
Yeah. Like,
He's a
how
dog.
yeah. Like, I just literally, like, he's playing exceptional defense. He's up there with the most steals in the league. Like, we're talking about like a second-year guy that's 20. I was just like, Jalen Wells, and I don't know which Spencer brother it was, but it was the Memphis one. I was just like, do they really need 2 guys there when Ron's
I think
just a more exciting player anyway for this sort of
exactly.
format on top of it all?
I think it's a role thing, I guess. If you placed Ron in that Memphis team right now, he would average more points than like Jalen Wells or whatever. Like if he's on the Wizards, if he's like on the Pacers, he's 100% in that game. So like just Ron, he's a star in his role, and I think the NBA kind of messed up like by not recognizing him. Like it's a yeah, he got robbed for sure, like what Manny says.
Yeah, like I said, it's the Rising Stars game, but I was just like, come on, surely we can get the Pistons some more representation. Like, it's not like we don't need 2 Grizzlies players in this thing again. When then like, and
Yeah,
not
who
just
watches the
picking on them,
Grizzlies?
but like,
I'm just kidding.
like, come on. But
Yeah,
I think because I think
do you expect more Pistons to be in the weekend? Because we got to talk about this. Like Duncan 3-point contest, or Cade
Duncan,
again?
like, is Duncan Cade?
That never happened.
That never happened. Do you think Duncan? I think Duncan should be there based on like percentages and like I'm sure he must be in like the top 8 for 3-point makes because he's played most games. But I just don't know if he's like a big enough name. I know it sounds stupid, but maybe he is. Maybe he is. I feel like Duncan should be in it.
Yeah, 3-point contests usually like they like to bring in the stars, like obviously like Steph and Clay or whatever. But they usually do bring those like legit shooters that can really like shooters like roll. So I think Duncan has a really good chance of getting invited, or just maybe let's just have Jalen Duren like.
Well, I'm looking up.
That would be fun.
I'm looking up 3-point makes this season. So
let me try to guess number 1. Is it? Well, it's not. It's not Anthony Edwards because he missed a lot of games. It cannot be Steph.
No, Steph's second.
Oh, wait! I really want to get this. I'll
give you a clue. They are in the Central Division.
All right, just.
I'll tell you. It's Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. All right.
He's been hooping. So yeah, someone said it in the chat, but Duncan is currently tied for 20th on NBA.com. So
for threes made.
Someone else.
Really?
Yeah, which I'm a bit surprised by. Someone here said.
Wow.
White guy next door says 24. So yeah, my stats say he's tied for 20th, which I'm kind of shocked about. Maybe I'll check per game if he's higher.
Yeah, I should. I don't know. He might go lower if you go per game because he didn't miss much games.
Yeah, so he's even lower. Okay, maybe we might not have someone, to be honest. I thought he'd be in like the top 12, but he's like 20th.
Okay, the locks to be invited are Steph, usually Clay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he has a decent chance because we're the number 1 team in the East.
That's the play then, isn't it? And then dunk contest, I feel like we won't see a Sar and a man, even though we'd love to.
That's gonna be amazing. Yeah.
I will say All-Star Weekend's in San Francisco. That's like their hometown area, so you never know. I don't think we'll see them, but the All-Star Game's not in San Fran. What am I talking about? No, I think that was
LA.
Yes, sorry. I'm getting confused with the Super Bowl. I'm completely wrong. So we won't see them.
Shout out to Ben. Anyways.
Could Jalen Duren be in the dunk contest? I don't even know if I'd want to see that, to be honest.
I'm not sure if he has a very good enough dunk package, like creative dunk package, unless you put like someone in there, like, and Jalen Duren can posterize that guy, if that counts. I'd gladly volunteer to be the one posterized, but
fly you out for that. Get posted. I think we had I remember when
maybe Ron?
did it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember that too.
Drummond was in the one with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. So, but that was actually an amazing dunk contest, obviously. But
Yeah.
I remember he had like Steve Nash kick a ball up to him or something. um,
Wait, the dunk contest participants got announced. Like two guys got announced. I think believe it was Jackson Hayes and some guy. I cannot think of the name right now.
Jackson
I think he's a
Hayes. Are you
rook.
serious?
Yeah, it's Jackson Hayes and someone else. It's not someone else.
No.
It's probably like a rookie in a small team who doesn't get playing time. So most people don't even know who he is. I don't
Yeah.
remember his name right now, so that says a lot because I'm a basketball junkie. But uh, Jackson Hayes is not bad because he's actually a pretty good dunker. He had that between the legs fast break dunk like last night, so
Yeah.
he's not bad. But I believe that slam dunk champion for like 2 or 3 straight years. What's his name? The short white guy, Mac Long.
McClung,
Yeah, he's not going to be in there this year. Like it got now announced. Yeah,
are you
oh
sure?
Matty. Yeah,
He
yeah,
might
yeah. I think
he might be a surprise announcement the day off.
he has to be there. He's like the only guy who's been floating it. But I really hope Asar and a man participate because that's gonna be thing. That's gonna be people are gonna tune into
No,
that thing. And it's gonna be
dude,
fun.
they
Then they're
would be
gonna go
awesome.
each and they would like go against each other. They're gonna be so like fun. Like yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But I doubt they will join. Like they're better
I feel like
in-game dunkers. Yeah.
that would bring back the dunk contest just for a night.
Right? Or
That would,
Asara made the 3-point contest. That would be fun too.
that but in terms of Pistons at All Star Weekend, it sounds like we'll have Cade, JD, obviously JB. I hope that's not it. Do they still do a skills challenge? Maybe we'll get a team in that.
If we do have a skills challenge, it's probably gonna be maybe it's gonna be Cade and Duran because they're there anyways. They actually
Yeah,
take that into consideration, like people who are all stars, like because
yeah,
they have to actually if they're not in the All Star break, they usually go on vacations with families, right?
yeah.
It's the longest break they can have. So Cade and Duran might be fun. Remember that Chris Paul Wemby thing in last
Oh,
year's? Was that last year? That was crazy to watch.
that was so stupid. I like the skills challenge. I want them to do it properly.
Yeah. Hopefully Cade gets in there. Like it's gonna be fun.
Man, well, I hope that the All Star game is better than last year. I'll say that much. I hope we get to see Cade out there for more than 90 seconds. Same with JD, but especially Cade being a starter. Like, um,
Right.
but look, All Star weekend is going to be a bit of fun. I'm not used to watching the All Star game because we typically don't have players. Obviously, we did last year, so it'll be fun again this year. But
Cade
yeah,
played like 5 minutes last season or
I
last
was,
year, right?
I was so
He had a
mad.
great dunk on Wemby or something, but I was
I
so
already
pissed.
told this story. It's not that interesting, but like I was in New York. It was before I went to Detroit for the first time. Fully looked up all the best sports bars, like found this place, and me and
Yeah.
Andy went there. And I'm like, "Yep, we're staying for dinner. I can't wait." They had like massive screens. It was awesome. And then Cade was on for 5 minutes, and then his team got eliminated. And I'm like,
Ah,
"What? Are you serious? Like this is horrible." Like I know it's just an exhibition, but um,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully it's better than
Car-
last year.
yeah, Hayes did hit an East Bay in the game. That's the one I was talking about. And Carter
Yeah.
Bryant. Yeah, I think that's the name. Carter Bryant. Do you know who that
Carter
is?
Bryant. Oh, from the Spurs, yeah. He's their top draft
Oh,
pick this
really?
year after Harper. Yeah, I think he's like pick
Oh,
9. He hasn't played much.
pick
But
9? Really? Oh,
yeah.
I really didn't know that. Oh, that means I'm not that invested in drafts anymore, which is kind of good.
No, we don't
It's
need to
been
be.
years since it's been years since I went to Tankathon, bro. I used to spin that thing like 10 times a day.
Oh,
Tankathon, like.
I used to like sell like I used to after every loss like post that on Twitter and stuff, especially in the Wemby draft season. Like I was so locked in on finishing at the bottom, and then we got a star, but to be honest,
Yeah,
we did
it
get the
worked.
worst possible outcome in the draft
I
in
remember the
terms of the actual.
exact moment where we got that 5th pick, and that was
Oh,
oh my god.
I was doing a live show with a couple of Bryce from Motor City Hoops and Wes. We were just sitting there like, oh my goodness. But
Oh,
I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore. But Tom, I wanted to quickly touch on the other games this week because I think it'll take us nicely into a little bit of
this one.
trade chat because the Pistons, they beat the Nuggets in a hard fought, like grinded out game. Obviously, the Nuggets didn't
Right.
have Jokic or Aaron Gordon, but the
Jokic is back.
Pistons and Yeah,
Anyways,
Jokic is back today. I think they play the Nuggets next week, so that should be a fun
exactly.
game. But Pistons grinded out a win there. They only made 6 of 29 threes or something, and that was kind of the story. But Cade and Tobias were great in that game. And then yesterday,
Oh,
that was a brutal
Daddy
game.
Dylan, Daddy
Yeah,
Dylan.
Daddy Dylan Brooks just,
Oh my God,
man,
you look like Kobe out there, man.
he was rocking the baby Pistons to sleep with his 40 piece. Like he just, I must admit, like he was talking at the start, and I must admit it was annoying me. But then at the end of the day, he just absolutely torched us. He's been awesome this year, but that was a rough game. Pistons could not shoot again. So my question to you, Tom, is
Yeah.
like, are you concerned about the lack of shooting, or did those two games like make you more concerned about the shooting than maybe you were a week ago?
Yes, yes, because it kind of showed us when if Duncan's not making his threes, like in today's NBA, we need to make threes for our offense to work. And the past two games, not before tonight, it is really we were really bad from three. And when it gets to the playoffs, the shooting becomes even more important because the game really like shrinks and slows down. So you have to make a lot of half court sets, and you have to make those threes to stretch out the defense. But if we only have Duncan Robinson, and if he goes like in a slump like this in the playoffs, that could be really rough for the Pistons. So, I really wish Trajan makes a small move like the Dennis Schroeder move last season to bring in a shooter. Like, I don't know, I can't think of names right now, but a shooter off the bench, like a stretch four or another like three. That will be. I think that's very necessary for the Pistons this like trade deadline. Like everyone can use more shooting, so getting a really reliable shooter is gonna be a very difficult task for Trajan. But we'll see. Hopefully, Malik just gets cleared magically or something. Like he's
Well,
like if he's out there, man.
I I trust him to make a move, because I must admit those two games, like I've always like the shooting's always been a concern,
Hmm.
but I must admit that I think the Suns play a really tough brand, and they do a great job just neutralizing the Pistons' strengths. Like even in the game against them a couple of weeks ago, like the Pistons only just won that game, and they didn't have Booker either. And I think the Suns are just a good team overall, but same with like
Yeah,
the
they're
Nuggets,
good.
like those really like tough, gritty teams. That the Nuggets have a lot of playoff experience. Like you can see how they just expose the Pistons, don't defend Asar. And yeah, I must admit, after watching those two games, like I already felt like they need to make a move. But I think the thing is, like, I think some fans are like, I see a lot of like comments under some of my tweets being like, this team's so bad on offense. This is a disaster. Like they have to make a move. And it's like, what makes you think they're not going to make just a small move? Like, I think it's like Trajan showed last year that when Jaden Ivey went down, we needed playmakers. Like, and I remember being like, get Lonzo Ball, and I'm glad they didn't do that. But like, he went out and he somehow got Dennis Schroeder, who I don't think anyone had on their radar. I remember everyone
Exactly.
talking about
Yes.
CJ McCollum, some other like names. He got Dennis Schroeder for basically Wendell Moore and maybe a second round pick. So I fully expect him to use that traded player exception and bring in a player to help with the shooting and spacing. I've got some
Yeah.
names here, but I think they will do that. And I see no reason to really be too concerned long term. If he doesn't do that, I'll actually be shocked if they don't address the
Right.
shooting in some way.
I have too much faith in Trajan. Like he's gonna do the right thing. So like, um, I really trust him. Like I believe he will bring someone because I'm sure he knows basketball more than probably like most of us, obviously. So he will see that gaping hole. He's not like Troy Weaver where he's gonna trade for another big like Marvin Bagley or something. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
he's probably gonna see this roster and the previous few games and the trade deadlines literally like next week. Oh, that's gonna be so fun, man. Anyways, so he's probably gonna go look out for a shooter, maybe. Well, come on, let's
I
hear
got
your
some
names.
I got some names here. So not there's obviously the two big names. I just don't think this is happening. I think if these players they go after these players, it'll be in the off season. But Michael Porter Jr. and Trey Murphy, I just want to say them off the top because they're the ones that everyone wants, but I just don't see that happening in the next week. So here's the names. So Zave actually threw one out earlier in Ayo Desumu. I probably pronounced that incorrect, but he's having
No, that's
like he's
correct.
shooting like
Hey, that's him.
46% from three. Great defender. I kind of don't know why the Bulls would want to get rid of him. I do feel like you'd probably have to give up a first for him. So I don't think that's a likely name, but I wanted to mention him because the Bulls apparently are looking to be some form of seller. So the other guy on the Bulls is Kobe White.
No. They're actually. I saw a report. They're trying to be buyers. Like they're
I
trying to make a
thought they
push
were
for the
trying to be stuck,
playoffs.
stuck a week
No,
ago.
it's buyers. That's why Kenny
Oh.
Beecham was like, "Here we go again," because
man, okay.
they're aiming to be in the play-in. And you know what? After that report, they lost like 3 games in a row, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, I feel so bad for Bulls fans, man.
Man,
anyways,
they actually have it bad. I'll be honest, because that's like a case of where like your owner just like you can't do anything about it because he doesn't pay, and then like they're just constantly. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the Bulls anymore. They're depressing, but Kobe White's the other guy. It feels like he might be moved, even if they are being biased.
He's a good name, but he's gonna be more. I think he's gonna be too expensive for the Pistons' taste. I think.
So I think Kobe White. I think he fits into the traded player exception, and if he doesn't, I'm pretty sure they could trade Ivy or Levert straight up and get him back. So I'm not saying that the Bulls would do that. I'm just talking in terms of like the salary matching. So Kobe White is like his 3-point shooting slightly down this year, but I think for his career, he's like 36, 37% on like good volume. And he's just like a bucket getter.
Kobe White's a really good player. Like I really like him. He's a big guard too. And he can actually like do the offense. Yeah, go on.
Exactly. And like whilst I think shooting is the absolute like thing they need the most, I still think getting another like true scorer in the backcourt would help a lot. And so that's another name. A name I actually saw, especially following the Giannis trade announcement. I think that's what that report was. It's always worded a bit weird.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Gary Trent Jr. is like a guy who's on like a vet minimum. He's only shooting 36% from three this year, but basically at 40% for his career on 6 attempts. Not the greatest defender, but like I feel like he's a guy that can like light it up. I feel like he's someone needs to hit a bunch of threes against the Pistons. So that was a name.
That's a good name. Like he does have good hands though. He's not as young as before anymore, but he can knock those like threes down. He's like a Gabe Vincent type of player. Like he's just like just shoot a three, get open, shoot a three, defend at times. Yeah, we could use him. I like that name. Yeah.
No, I think that's a really low cost move. That you can swoop in and grab a player if the Bucks are looking to like.
Exactly. If they trade away Giannis, they're probably gonna like tank or whatever. Yeah. They don't have their pick, I believe, though.
They don't. But like, you'd probably have to give up. He's definitely not giving a first up for him, but you're certainly not giving up a player, but like, or a good player. But obviously, you could probably throw a bunch of seconds up. But that's a name. I want to bring this up.
Seconds could do.
Yeah. There's
Luke
a couple
Kennard,
of people in the chat bring up Luke Kennard. So his shooting has some crazy shooting splits. I think he's like in the 50, 40, 90 club. I could be wrong, but he's shooting the ball crazy. Luke Kennard, though, and when I've seen him play for the Hawks and every team that gets him, the amount of times he doesn't shoot threes and pump fakes and is hesitant frustrates me. But he would be a nice addition. I would
love to have Luke Kennard back, man. You know, Crispy. You know, I remember like how he's been such a huge fan of Luke Kennard and stuff. You know, Luke Kennard back in the Pistons red and blue. It's gonna be special. I like it because he can actually generate some offense for the team. Like he's a secondary ball handler who's like, I believe in the last few weeks he actually shot like 90% for a three or something in a crazy number. I just saw it. So
maybe.
So
I
Luke Kennard,
yeah.
So if Luke Kennard comes back, man, I would love it. It would just feel right. He's not a very good defender. His knees kind of iffy. He won't be a dog, but he's gonna be another wide shooter next to Duncan. Like Pistons fans would welcome that move, though. We really love Luke Kennard. Yeah,
he would really help this team. The shooting, obviously, he's almost like Duncan on defense, but. He can dribble and handle a bit as well, which is interesting with him. Couple of other names here, which I think are unlikely, but Klay Thompson and Sam Hauser. I can't
Oh,
see the Celtics moving on from Hauser now, the way they're playing, but he was a
no, they
guy.
won't. They won't.
Yeah, they'll keep him. Klay Thompson, they could get trading basically Levert and picks. He's obviously kind of don't need to say much about him. Another shooter, can't really defend anymore, but he would really help this team. I also don't really see Dallas moving on from him because I think his spacing helps Cooper and whatever they're trying to
Right.
do over there. But I wanted to throw them out. Clay would be
Wait.
fun. I cannot, even if Clay was asking for a trade, I cannot see him in a Pistons jersey. Like it just,
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Oh,
see
man.
that being a thing ever.
I mean, I did see it because someone photoshopped it on Twitter. I saw it, so I did see it. But yeah, I don't really envision him being a Piston. But Maddie just said like, fans always say he's very super protective of his 3-point percentage. Oh, so
Is this
that's very interesting. So he only takes very open shots.
is this Luke Kennard?
Yeah, that's Luke Kennard. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, and White Guy
Like,
next door backed me up. So he is in the 50, 40, 90 club. So yeah, he would help this team. He would help this team tremendously. Couple of other ones here for you, Tom, for your reaction on. I think these three are somewhat realistic names. So the ones I have here, we have Bobby Portis from the Bucks,
that's not
Malik Monk from the Kings, and Keon Ellis from the Kings. Any of those names?
And it's,
jump
firstly,
out.
Bobby's not he's not gonna be a Piston because we have Stu and they literally hate each other. So I really don't think it's gonna happen. And I don't think we're gonna trade for him. He will be a nice piece. He's a dog too, but I don't see it happening. But the two guys on the Kings, I'm very interested in. Malik Monk's, the Kings franchise really confuses me. Their coach, Doug Christie, does not play Malik Monk 30 minutes, which is kind of crazy because I really believe he's the best guard in their team. But they do what they do. Malik Monk's interesting, but the only thing with him is his contract. So I believe it's like 2 years left, including this year, or
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
But it's not a crazy amount. So he's an electric player who can really lift your team from the bench. Like imagine Malik Monk coming off the bench and shooting like 10 threes a game or something. That's gonna be
Monk,
that kind of interests me. Yeah.
it's good. Obviously they could have had Monk.
I think I lost you. Did we lose Jack? Or is it just me?
I think I'm back.
Am I lost? Oh, you're back. Here we go.
I was just saying they could have had Monk at last year's free agency period. I think the thinking was, let's see what Ivy has and not bring on a player that's very similar and also has multiple years on his deal left. But so I think if they went after Monk again or there's interest there, it probably means they're out on Jaden for this team long term. But I must admit, watching Monk on earlier in the week against the Kings, like you saw the athleticism, the shooting. He played pretty well, and so did Keon Ellis, to be honest. But yeah.
And Keon Ellis, another name. Why are the Kings playing him? Like, Jesus. He's a player that other teams value, but the Kings don't. And they're not even playing. Like, it's kind of... Keon Ellis is a very good defender. He's a very good defender, and he's a respectable three-point shooter, I guess. He does shoot those open threes. He's not a bad three-point shooter by any means. So any team would love to have a Keon Ellis on their team. So I don't know why the Kings don't play him like 20, 30 minutes a game, but it's the Kings. So being a Chicago fan or a Kings fan would be really difficult. It kind of reminds me of being a Pistons fan during the Troy Weaver era or something. So,
Yeah. Well, the Kings have it the worst. They have it the worst, man.
Yeah, it's the worst. Like the Vivek, right? Oh my God.
Like diabolical.
Jesus, I can't imagine being a Kings fan, man.
Did I don't even know where I froze. I assume you've just been carrying it while I was gone.
No, I was like, is this guy? Is it me or is it him?
But people in the chat, because I'm going to ask Tom about Giannis in a second. Those are just the names I've kind of been speaking about a fair bit over the past 3 months. It feels like, but anyone in the chat, if you could get one player, like who would it be? Like a realistic player. Like at a deadline, comment it.
I'll float a few names too, like Corey Kispert or Kevin Herter. Those 3-point shooters. A common denominator is like these guys are usually bad defenders
Mm.
and white. Why is that the case? Like, well, anyways, yeah.
Well,
So those two players.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind Kisper either. Like, I think you're not going to get a perfect player on like $14 million
Yeah,
or
you
less.
can't. You can't.
And
You
like
cannot.
that's
But
the thing. Like, whoever you get, like, you're not going to get a perfect player. Or else they'd be on like 40 million, 30 million plus a year. So I think
exactly.
they have the defensive identity to bring in another shooter that struggles on defense. I feel like the team's built has enough defensive skill,
Right.
talent, all that to overcome it. But we've got some Larry Markin in here, Malik
Uh,
Monk, MPJ or Trey Murphy. Yeah, they are going to be too expensive, but they would be nice. A lot of CJ McCollum in here, or I don't know if this is just Al Boogie constantly saying his
yeah,
name.
he's spamming that name, but
Yeah,
we're not getting
this.
CJ. We're not getting We're talking about spacing the floor, and you're talking Demarcus Rosen. Are you talking about DeMar DeRozan?
DeMar DeRozan.
I was like Demarcus Rosen. That's
Nah,
hilarious.
CJ. I just can't see them getting CJ McCollum.
Yeah,
You
right.
never
That's
know
what
though.
happened.
Max Christie would have been nice, but he's been going crazy for the Mavs. Maybe
Yeah, I
Max
don't.
Christie, him playing so well means Clay could be on the move. But I just
Yeah,
don't want to see Karras on
Max.
the
Yeah, Max
floor.
Christie. People are questioning his sickness because he's been out for like 8 games due to a
He
sickness.
was on.
And
Yeah.
I saw Emma tweet out like something like, what is Curtis like sick of? And the comments were hilarious. Like, I
Oh
don't even
no.
say it, but they were like, he's suffering from don't play me like itis or something. Like, so that was
Well, he was on the bench at the game tonight, so
yeah.
it
Hopefully,
mustn't be
hopefully he
something
gets
that's
healthy.
contagious. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Um, but a lot of Clay Thompson in here. A lot of Clay Thompson in here. So look, I
A
think.
good part of maybe getting Clay is that we're gonna gain a lot of fans, a lot of bandwagon fans, because
Oh,
Clay is a very popular player in the NBA world among fans, because he's a 4-time champion with the Golden State Warriors. So that's gonna mean a lot of new Korean fans will be Pistons
oh
fans. So
my, yeah, so
maybe
true.
that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Some Norm Powell in here. I think Norm Powell is going to be an all-star potentially, so I can't see Miami letting go of him. But appreciate everyone in the chat there. We're gonna talk about Giannis here for a second, but then we'll wrap up the show soon, just because it's a bit of a late one tonight. But Tom, I mentioned it before. Obviously, Giannis is apparently available for trade. He wants out. What's your reaction as it relates to the Pistons?
First of all, I don't think that wording with Giannis and his whole saga, he has that thing that he doesn't want to be the guy who forces out like of Milwaukee. He doesn't want to be hated by Milwaukee people. So the report was like, it wasn't like Giannis is asking for a trade. The
Yeah.
report was saying the Bucks are now listening to offers. It's not as if anything really changed at all. So, but anyways, my opinion about that. So I don't know. For Pistons fans, don't worry about it. We're not getting Giannis. Don't even dream about it. He's not wearing the Pistons colors. What I think is gonna happen is teams are gonna make offers for him, like teams like New York, Miami, Golden State. There was another team that was mentioned, Minnesota. So I think
Timberwolves.
teams are
Yeah.
teams are gonna make offers for him, and I think the best offer they can get is probably I don't know from I really don't know, but I think they're gonna wait until the offseason because that's when a lot of players will be available for trades. A lot of more picks will be available. So if you're smart as a Bucks organization, you should keep him until the offseason. But unless Giannis just trade me right now, which I don't think he'll do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I think he's already out for another 5 weeks. If they don't, yeah, I'm with you. I think he'll be traded in the off season because it just makes more sense for the Bucks to do that to find the best deal. Unless like a team like Minnesota or the Warriors are so desperate to make a move within this season that they just offer like a
You know,
crazy amount
you
of
know what?
picks and that.
The Lakers shouldn't force them to hire Nico Harrison and then like, just do another Luka trade behind the back.
Is
Oh
there
man.
like my just brief opinion is like I don't want Giannis. Like I don't want to give up what it would cost to get him at
Yeah, we're not
like
getting him.
2 or 3 years ago. Absolutely. I just think he's had like countless calf injuries now. He's turning 32. If he doesn't get injured, and I still think he'll be amazing for like another 3 to 4 years. But a guy that's 6'11" who relies on so much power and strength,
Right.
like I am a little bit worried about lower leg injuries, especially in the calf with what we've seen recently and that kind of thing. Because I think that the trade would be it's Tobias, it's Asar, it's Ivy, heaps of picks.
Like
So
all our
like
picks. It's
all your picks. And I just obviously like Asar, I mean Ivy and Tobias, like, yeah, I'm not gonna make a big deal that but like I just think there's something there with Asar that's really special. And I've just all the picks and like Duran and Giannis would make it work, but we constantly are talking about shooting spacing.
Oh, but just Levert.
So
That's all it takes, man.
yeah.
Levert in a second. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't even think we can give like, and we might be able to give the best offer if you throw Ron and Asar, or obviously the Bucks. We want Jalen Duran, but they're not getting him. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're
not
not getting.
happening,
If you're a
and I
Pistons
don't want
fan,
it to.
don't just get that thrown out the window. We just better hope he goes to the West. So like,
Yeah,
I'm hoping he
is
gets
it?
to the Warriors or the Timberwolves instead of going to the Knicks. Oh,
Yeah,
that would suck. That would
I
suck,
think
man.
that's the
I'd
only
rather
thing.
him go to Miami, like than New York, because oh my god, Jalen Brunson and Giannis in a playoff series. Ah,
No, I just don't want him to go to the Knicks. Even if he did, though, I still back our team in, truthfully. But
but imagine a lineup like Brunson, Giannis, OG, McCall, and I don't know, center Mitchell Robinson, whatever.
yeah,
That is kind of scary though. Like if you
it's very
replace
scary.
Cat with Giannis, oh my god.
But why
Uh,
would the Bucks want Cat anyway?
no, the Bucks won't want Cat, but the reason New York is being like mentioned in these trade talks because um Giannis actually mentioned that in the offseason, right? He wants kind of. Did I lose you?
Yeah,
You're there. You're there. Giannis actually mentioned that he wants to go to New York, so that's probably the only reason. And I saw a report that Cat is kind of pissed at New York for trying to trade him and all that. He's like emotionally hurt, or and I like that. Come on. So I wish New York keeps making an effort to trade for Giannis, and they fail, and the teamwork just goes to shreds and fall apart in the playoffs.
but I think if there's a team I'd want to see him to go to, it would be kind of cool to see him with Steph on the Warriors. I do kind of like Steph. I kind of hate the Warriors, but because I just
No.
don't think they'd be that much of a threat, honestly.
No, no,
And I guess that's
no.
not good for you.
Oh no, man. The Golden State Warriors fans in Korea. Speaking of fans in Korea, speaking of New York. Next Saturday, I did tell you about this. Next Saturday, I'm going to next Saturday in Korea time and Friday in your time, guys. There's gonna be a Pistons versus New York game, next game, and I'm going to go to a viewing party. So we rented out like a small cinema or something. So I'm gonna be there. But the catch is, the one who organized that is a YouTuber who is a known Knicks fan. So most of the people there are gonna be Knicks fans. So pray
Oh
for me,
no.
guys. Yeah, pray for me. I'm gonna wear that Korean jersey with the flag.
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
don our Pistons, and if we win, you best believe I'm gonna shout Detroit basketball in that place. Just pray for me that I won't get punched or anything.
Well, Tom, we're gonna wrap up the show in a minute, partly because my Wi-Fi seems to be not very good.
Oh,
But
I thought you said wife. I was like, what?
but let's wrap it up. I saw
Daddy.
you tweet that you got a promotion at
Oh
work.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yesterday. So that's that. Thank you for mentioning it.
Shout out to Tom. Are you CEO now of the bank you work at?
Sorry.
Are you now CEO of the bank that you work at?
I wish, man.
Um, That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anything
Ah,
else this week? I mean, I don't have many stories. I kind of top one off the top. And I've moved offices once again. I'm in a different room. So
yeah. What's happening? Anyways, yeah, there's nothing really that happened like this week. I went to a $1 Detroit pizza place, the one I told you about. It wasn't really good at all. So that was disappointing. But yeah, did you see those two British guys in Michigan?
yeah, I
That's
saw
like
you
on
retweeted
all over
that thing.
social media. Those guys are so cool. Like, oh man, I watch most of their reels like on Instagram and on Twitter or whatever. It was really fun to watch them like react to the same thing I reacted, and them reacting in a similar way. It's kind of funny. Them trying Verner's, they're trying Detroit style pizza. Although I didn't try Jets yet, but that was kind of fun to watch. And they actually left America like today or yesterday, I believe. But it was a really fun experience to follow, and I think the people in the chat would have loved them.
Yeah,
They were really fun. That's what you
that's what
both
you.
look like too. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
dude. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's show, or today's show. Bit shorter today, everyone. Sorry for no call-ins. I just don't think my Wi-Fi is up for it, plus how late it is. But really appreciate everyone staying up. Definitely worth staying up tonight. That was a fun win, even if they almost gave us a heart attack. But please like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Go check out everything Tom's doing at Korean Pistons Fan. But Tom, do you want to take it away for his brother?
Detroit basketball. Let's
Let's go.
go.